Strategy 5. Where to start. It is May 2021. Italy's COVID situation is such that regions have a color code: red, orange, yellow and white. And I want to start my pilgrimage on the border of Italy and Switzerland. I could most definitely not reach the Gran San Bernardo by plane and bus. And the Aosta region, where the path starts in Italy, was in a code red zone. Restaurant closed, many hotels were closed. So what to do? I researched the path and decided to start in Ifria, which is actually the 7th leg of the route. Piedmont was in a code orange zone, so I could fly to Turin, take the train to Ifria and start my adventure. Of course, I would have loved to start at the beginning of the Via Francigena at the majestic Gran San Bernardo and oversee the Valley of Aosta. But there was no chance I could make that work. I could have started later in the year, but then I would not have finished the pilgrimage on my birthday. I created my own order of chunks for the route. No one can tell you where to start, especially not in customer experience. Should you start by interviewing customers and send out surveys to find out the voice of the customer? Or should you start out by mapping customer journeys and then interview customers to find out what they experienced? Or should you be more like Richard Branson and start with the employee experience and then see where to improve the customer experience? In our Dutch book, the CX Travel Guide, we, Carolien van de Oudera, Eveline van Damme and me, interviewed many customer experience managers and found that there are actually 3 routes in CX. They all start by defining brand and customer promises, and from that part on, we find the 3 routes. The first one is the one of the thinkers, those organizations that have a blue profile with a need of proof, insights or facts. They start by investigating the voice of the customer and identifying where to improve. The second is that of the doers, those organizations that love to get to work. They map journeys and improve from that point of view. And the third is that of the feelers, those organizations that start with the culture to start enabling and engaging employees and get the ball rolling from there. Nobody can tell you where to start. You have to choose to start yourself. Of course, there are paths, like I walk the Via Francigena, but even in this situation, I had to choose my own starting point. I started in Ifria and walked the first leg in the Aosta region at a later time. I finished the whole path, but in my own order. Feel free to do the same as a leader.